that guy. The U.S. turned Ali Musa Dakduk over to Iraqi courts, and then we left. And this week, a judge cleared him of all charges and released him. He's going back to Iran.
Wait a minute. I thought he killed 5 Americans. Florida Congressman Allen West joins us live right now from the Capitol. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Steve and Brian. How are you doing?
Doing okay, but I know you're outraged on letting this terrorist and murderer go. You're utterly outraged.
But he's not quite out yet, correct?
No, he's not quite out yet, but the problem is that he is a Lebanese citizen who should not have been turned over under the status of force agreement to the Iraqis, and the Iraqis have dropped all charges. And the question that I asked to the president when he came out after Osama bin Laden and spoke in the first person singular, taking a lot of credit for that, who is going to take responsibility for this action to make sure that this Dakduk is given back to us, and he should be properly tried in our military commissions, because he did do the heinous act in planning of dressing individuals up in American uniforms. They stormed through the gates, they killed a U.S. captain, and then they captured 4 American soldiers, 1 lieutenant and 3 enlisted, and they tortured them, and they were later, their bodies were found ritually executed.
So, Colonel, what could we do to stop this? We don't seem to have good relations with the current Iraqi government. We know they're tied with Iran. So what could we do?
Well, I think that right now the ship may have passed and left the port. Now, I don't know if there's anything we really can do. But the most important thing, I'd like to see the president and the administration, come forward and talk to the American people, talk to the families of those 5 soldiers, and show some type of plan that they're going to have to try to get Mr. Dakduk back into our custody.
Sure, and we're holding a lot of guys who have done some terrible things and killed Americans, and who's to say that this is the last guy, the last killer we're going to let free?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because as you start to look at our drawdown in Afghanistan and the Parwan detention facility, I'm very concerned about individuals that we may be holding there in Afghanistan that are not Afghan nationals. What's going to be the plan to make sure that these individuals do not walk free, just the same as we've seen Mr. Dakduk? And also we have to realize that after Al-Qaeda, it's Hezbollah that has inflicted the most casualties on American citizens.
Colonel, in the big picture, this comes down to we have nothing besides reading the Army manual to what to do with detainees. And we don't want to deal with it, so we hand everybody over or we just kill them from a drone.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that when you look at this 21st century battlefield, we have to understand that we're going to be dealing with non-state, non-uniform belligerents who even see the United States of America as part of that battleground. And that was one of the interesting conversations we had last night as we were debating amendments for the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2013, because you actually have some of my colleagues from the other side of the aisle that believe that these terrorists should be given constitutional rights immediately and read their Miranda rights. And I think that's absolutely unconscionable.
All right, Colonel Allen West joining us from our D.C. bureau. Sir, too bad you're not here in the big town today, because outside we've got the Tough Mudder, the obstacle course like none you've ever seen before. And I know you're an expert at those things.
I'm retired. I don't like playing on those things anymore. I might hurt myself.
I doubt
great. That's inspiring, because he's about to do it in about 3 minutes.
All right.
Thank
Colonel,
you,
thanks so much.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.
All right, coming up straight ahead.
It may not be a warm reception.